everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another video where I talk about biblical topics that I find interesting. And today we're going to talk about if we should forgive our enemies or not. Now, I'd say that it depends. So to figure out what to do, let's start with why forgiveness is important in the first place. Unsurprisingly, it was Jesus Christ who gave us these lessons on forgiveness in Matthew 18 verses 21 to 35. Where he told us that we should forgive those who ask for it. He then went into a parable in verses 23 to 35, and in that parable, he told us that a servant asked for forgiveness from a king, and it was granted. However, that servant didn't forgive someone else of their debt when he was asked later. When word got back to the king, he was furious and threw that hypocritical servant in jail. The king here represents God, and God forgave mankind, represented by that first servant in the parable, which is mankind. God forgave mankind of a debt that we couldn't pay back, and that debt was the original sin in the Garden of Eden in Genesis 3 verses 1 to 6, and it was paid with the ransom of Jesus Christ, as was said in John 3:16. And we all know what that verse says. Now, if we, who were just forgiven of that sin, don't forgive our fellow humans when they ask for forgiveness, how would that look before God? Not good, would it? That's a major reason why we should forgive our enemies when they ask for it. But of course, Jesus Christ wasn't done, and he added another reason on top of that for why we should forgive our enemies, and that's because we're supposed to love them, as he said in Matthew 5:44. And that verse says, "Love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you." And we can love them by giving them another chance. But also, one thing to think about is what really makes them our enemy. They sinned against us, yes. But why? It's because they don't have the grace of God that you do to not be walking in darkness. It was Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 4 that told us that it's Satan the devil that keeps people in darkness so that they can continue sinning, and that verse says, "In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them." This is why Paul continued in 2 Timothy chapter 2 verses 24 to 26, saying that we should be patient with them and guide them towards God, so Satan's control over them would weaken, instead of hating them and leaving them to stay in Satan's clutches. So yeah, this sounds great. Forgive your enemies and those who sin against you. But there is a caveat to that. We should only forgive those who are actually interested in repenting. If someone's just saying, sorry mate, then they're not really sorry at all. Or if they're demanding forgiveness, yeah, we're not going to forgive those people. But how can we tell if someone's truly sorry or not? Well, here's how you'll be able to know. This is a surefire way. 1, they'll have to specifically say what they've done and that it's wrong. There's no whatever I've done to wrong you, or I'm just saying sorry so we can improve our relationship so we can move on from it. Absolutely not. They have to fully acknowledge that what they did was wrong. A good example of someone who fully stated what he did was wrong was Zacchaeus in Luke 19:8, where it says, "Behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor, and if I have taken anything from any man by false accusation, I restore him fourfold." He specifically said that he stole by false accusation, and not, "Whatever I've done, may the Lord or you forgive me." That doesn't work here. And next, they actually have to start acting differently. Whatever they did against you, they have to stop doing it. A good example to follow is King Manasseh in 2 Chronicles 33, who sought God for forgiveness, and then he reversed every single sin that he had committed, from the idols to the altars. All of it was removed, and he didn't go back to them. That is how you ask for forgiveness. So essentially, if they mean their repentance and change their ways to righteousness, we're obligated to forgive them, or else God won't forgive us of our own sins, according to Matthew 6 verses 14 to 15. So you should forgive your enemies when they ask. However, don't be taken for a ride. That's all. So that was a quick one today to share my thoughts on the topic. If you like what I said, then you can always subscribe, hit the like button, and that notification bell to support my channel and to be notified of when I post again. Have a great day, and I'd love to see all of you soon.